Since about December, when I needed to go out, I would take this with me. It's my wallet, it's my price book, it's where I keep my contacts now, and also a list of a few recipes, and I'm making a list of meals that my family always likes. Not just a main course, but you know, the sides that go along with it. And it really helps me at the grocery store. But the other day, I needed to take both of these. And I mean, I find the longer that I use this, the less I actually bring a big purse with me. But the other day I needed this for the grocery store, and I needed this because I was going to renew Ventura's dog license. And because for some reason I'm having trouble managing an actual filing cabinet, I file important papers in my A5. And I always know where to look for them. I don't have to worry. And I mean, I don't mean like stocks and bond certificates. I mean the information I need for Ventura's license and things like that. So when I was carrying these around with me, I didn't take my purse, and then when I was and I ended up taking I don't really know why, but because I had a grocery list in here that I hadn't transferred over to here. So I ended up taking this into the store. And I just wanted to show you the leather progression that I've gotten. I mean, I think it's looking awesome. It doesn't really look like Malden leather so much anymore, in a good way. But you can see it's still got a little bit of a sheen because I treat it a lot, and it's also got a lot of real leather texture. So I brought this into the grocery store, and when I was paying, yeah, you know, I mean, it felt really good. I know a lot of people don't want to plunk down a big binder at the checkout, but for some reason, it just felt really good to open it up. I just felt, I don't know, substantial. So, you know, I thought about it when I got home, and this has been working for me. I mean, I haven't had a problem with it. I've been doing it probably since December, I think. And, you know, I'm not unhappy with it. But I know a lot of people have managed to use an A5 or one of the other similarly sized planners, not so much as a wallet, but as everything all in one place. And a lot of times, well, not a lot of times, but sometimes that does include a wallet. And I thought, you know, why not just try? So I'm going to do a flip through because this is the first time really there's been any major alteration in the way I do things. I'm still doing a week on 2 pages with some kind of blank sheet in between, but I added a few more things, and it's, you know, definitely probably a little too full. These are 30mm rings, but we'll see how that goes. I tried to put my credit cards in this slot, but really they only fit in here and not awfully well. I have a feeling that, I mean, I know Filofax doesn't reformat their inserts for or doesn't seem to reformat their inserts for different size binders, and I have a feeling they don't really reformat the binders themselves either. I think Josh mentioned this recently, and I never thought about it, but I think he's right. Because these pockets on the front of an A5 here are not really perfect. They're long, so you should be able to put something large in here, but they're very narrow, and I think something this wide should actually have a full-length pocket, because there's big things that I would like to carry, but not big wide thing. I don't know. So, and it would hold 2 credit cards, okay, but not great actually. So I took them out of there. The only thing in here are these little things, because I'm using them to make the bottom tabs, and I'm not done. And I'm trying to keep as much in my Malden as I can, because I was just carrying around such a load of stuff, and I was starting to feel weighed down by it all. So there's a lot of things in my Malden that I need, like I need these just because I'm still working on the bottom tabs, and I do have some Post-its, but mostly for other people because they're always asking me for paper, and some prescriptions that I haven't done yet. So I put those in the front, so I don't forget the prescriptions, and when anybody's looking for paper, it's very easy for them to find. These are transparent flags that I got from the Etsy store Kawaii Tokyo. I really like these. I would rather, I can't remember how much she's charging for these, but these aren't cheap. There's 4 of them together, but they stick. They're great. They're transparent or translucent, and the coating on them doesn't crack like the Post-its that I bought at Staples that were translucent, and also the colors are much nicer. The pack was these 4. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but there are little design. Yeah, you can probably see. There are little designs on them. So the first thing I did was I put a thick piece of, well, it was really like a page lifter type thing in the front and the back to try to keep all my pages like this. And I don't stand up and write, that would be hard, but I do write on soft surfaces like my bed or a couch or my lap, and these are enough to help with the unstructuredness of the binder. So because it's a wallet, I only have 2 things I need to carry, really, a debit card and a license, and this is a little, I think I got this at Jet Pens like a couple of years ago, and I really kind of have moved it from binder to binder. I don't know if you're going to be able to see because the printing is gold. That's probably better. Yep. So what I do is stick it in a credit card slot. Now that I have one, I used to keep it right here. And the paper is kind of pretty. It's like tracing paper. It's translucent, and it's got that crunchy business going on. And it's really good just for phone numbers or stuff I want to add to a grocery list, or things that I think of and don't want to forget, because that just happens to me a lot. So I have Marianne's Hyperdex in here, and these I got from Kawaii Tokyo too. I get kind of tired of the designs when I buy full rolls of tape, but I really like these, and I'm much happier getting a small amount of a better quality tape. Haven't really been happy with the tape that I got in Staples, for example. Matter of fact, if I didn't use it fast enough, it kind of like stuck to itself, and it was a little hard to use after a couple months, and I'll never use a full roll in a couple months. Another thing I keep is an envelope with a stamp on it, and I have other postage later on. I write a lot of letters when I'm waiting for different things, or I'm in the car, things like that, so I try to always have an envelope with a stamp on it. This is Ventura wearing a frilly red velvet collar 2 years ago for a Santa picture. He was really unhappy. I mean, it was really hard to get him to do that. He doesn't like wearing stuff. He didn't like the collar. He wasn't crazy about Santa either. So I didn't do it to him this last year. So I'm glad I got at least one. This is actually the majority of my planner is, I would say at least a third of my planner is, you know, dated stuff. And so I have my vertical planners. I have 2012. I had the Dodo for part of 2012. And (2013) and 2014, and whenever 2015 comes out, I'll get that too. This is a great way to, it's almost like a bullet journal. You can only write small things. If I've got more than one thing, I'll add a flag, but it's sort of a way to you know, bullet your year. It's great. And I ended up with extra calendars because of buying different inserts. So, and I tried to tab them, but these tabs aren't working out as well as these tabs are. And I think that's partly because the paper is better, and partly because I've added a label which strengthens this some. So this is the books I've read and the series, television series that I watched. I have Amazon Prime, so there are free, I'm sorry, I just like lost my place. Amazon Prime has instant free video. You can buy episodes of certain things, but some of them are free. So I've watched some series since the beginning of the year, and also Netflix. I have Netflix as the same kind of thing. Some you can watch instantly on television, and I watch them on the Chromecast, so they come up on my TV. Amazon Prime I have to watch on my computer, and I have done some reading. I've read a couple books this year, so that feels good. I'm not reading nearly enough, but it's a start. So I have my dated inserts, and this is these are my monthlies, and really I just use them kind of as a creative thing. I use stamps that I got in the mail for some dates, and I've also done drawings, and this is tape. So that's December. This is January. This was February, which is now done. So sometimes I mark the weather with the little snow pictures. This was Super Bowl Sunday. I had my eyes checked. This was one of my favorite ones. This was snow. There's a little Hello Kitty snowman. A little coffee cup, noodle soup. This is a snow scene. This is rain. I hadn't seen rain in a really long time. I met a foster dog that day. Snow, cold, you know, a lot of snow and cold. Usually I use the watercolor pencils to do the little pictures, but this was the Valentine's Day week. This is gel pen, so really you can add a little art and color any way you want. This was a combination of watercolor, but mostly it's gel pen. And so we're on my week on 2 pages, and my sheet's in the middle. Still the same pens for the most part. And if I don't have anything to write, I really don't make myself crazy. This is this was this week, and I did a little cute little cherry with circles. I used the template for that, and I mean, I just used a red watercolor pencil, and I didn't have any problem writing over it. This is the beginning of March. Finally got a Chemex coffee maker, and I drew a picture of it, and I'm actually really happy about this picture because I haven't had a lot of success doing like raindrops or glass or, you know, things that are transparent, but I think that came out nice. I'm happy with it. I marked the month with this, and I mark the days with this Gillio ruler that I got from Judith. This is really my favorite ruler. This is a great ruler. And these are Post-its. They weren't the Post-its that are totally sticky, so I just cut off the sticky part. And I use these a lot in this area, which is my meal planning section. Not my meal planning, like my meal planning area. I'll just delineate it with a line, and a lot of times I'll use these if I don't have something I need for meal planning. And with meal planning, what I actually try to do at the beginning of the week is just sort of lay something out rough with things I already have. I really like to use what I have, so at the beginning of the week I'll try to do 7 days worth of meals that are essentially pantry meals, because I have everything, and I don't always do them in the same order, and I don't always have enough to make a whole week, but that is my goal. So I'm trying at the beginning of the week to figure out 7 dinners with ingredients that I have, and sometimes I do them, sometimes I don't do them. A lot of times I do them in a different order than I wrote them, but at least I know if I have 7 days worth of meals or I don't, and that been really helpful. It's easier for me to forward plan if I have as many a week on 2 pages in my planner as possible. And I have through to almost the end of June here. There are other ways to do it, and I've thought about just using one of the yearly inserts, but I don't go back to them, and I tend to miss things. So this is really what works for me, and I'm kind of stuck with it because otherwise I miss appointments. These are my extra pages, and some of them are the Gilio inserts, and some of them are random pages, like things that I got out of these came out of the Flow magazine, and I just cut them up. These are also extra little things I cut, and they make a really good grocery lists. You can use them for to-do lists too. I used up all the extra Filofax ones I had. I used the old year, like 2013 inserts, and cut them and did the same thing with them. The benefit is they have holes punched already, so it really works. These are upside down, but these are the pages, some of the pages that I use in between the week on 2 pages. And you know, sometimes I use these, sometimes I use these are more from the Flow magazine. I just need a blank page, so you know, whatever I have that isn't dated works for me. I still have my pen test page, and I recently got 2 new pens. This is the, I like the 0.7 Pilot Juice pens. I get them at Jet Pens, and this is the grape and this is the sky blue. I think I'd had the sky blue before, and at 0.5 it wasn't really that readable. It was lighter. You know, as you can see, the colors look more saturated in the thicker lines. Really, I think it's just laying down more ink, but this was almost unreadable in a smaller size, so it definitely works in the 0.7. And I think I am gonna put the contacts back in here. And here's some just random things that I could keep in a filing cabinet if I could manage a filing cabinet, but I don't seem to get it really. This works for me. Obviously, there's a limit to how much I can keep in here, but I just have some random ideas, some ideas for change, and I have Ventura's meds down here, but really it's anything to do with Ventura. And when I needed to renew his dog license, I didn't even have to think about where all the papers were. I had put them in here, and you know, for me that's amazing because I don't usually know where any single paper on any topic is. And like I said, there is a limit, but this is sort of like my walking filing cabinet or working filing cabinet. Maybe it's like my working memory. I don't know. But it's a place where it's sort of transitional because obviously there's a limit, but it definitely gives me a starting place for papers I need to keep or think I might need to keep. It may turn out I may never go back to some of these papers and that I actually don't need them, but until I know for sure, you know, everything's filed away in there. I had a couple of these pockets, so I just put my postage and stuff in there. And here's one more extra one, and something for, you know, just to give a little support to the binder. And these are some other papers actually that I may end up sticking in the rings. I had a yearly physical, and you know, I mean, you always need to have some stuff done. So right now they're back there. So it's sort of the same, but sort of all different, because I am going to try to carry this around with me, you know, as an experiment. You know, this worked really well as a wallet, and actually a pocket size makes a better wallet because I could put it in my pocket. You know, but I just took this with me in the car and, you know, threw it on the passenger seat, and, you know, I had my license, I had my credit card. You know, this was more of a brick, you know, to take around, but there was a really good feeling in having all of this stuff with me, because it's not just random stuff. It's, you know, it's, I don't have a 1,000 post-its in here anymore, or a lot of stickers that are taking up the space. I actually have stuff that pertains to my life for the most part, and, you know, 2 pens. There was a good, secure feeling, you know, in having this with me. Whether or not that will mitigate how large it is, I don't know. In the end, I don't know. You know, but for now, I'm going to give that a try. And I know I've seen videos on people who use this size planner for everything. You know, even what they take, you know, they take this to the stores with them. And if you could comment and, you know, maybe link me back to your videos, I would appreciate it, because I would really like to rewatch all those videos. And if you found you thought you were going to use it but didn't end up using it, you know, I'd kind of like to know that too. For now, having this with me makes me feel anchored and less anxious, and, you know, that's a good thing. So I guess that is it. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope everyone is doing well. I hope it's warm somewhere, because it's not warm here yet. And I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.